Yes, people.
Yeah.
Well, John Paul, how are you, mate? It's good to see you,
Not too
bro.
bad, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Like, proper put through the ringer there with the football, I'm not going to lie. Who've we got in? We've got Cares, Big Love Cares, Dan Riley. Who else we got? Oh, we've got Nightmare as well. Nightmare, hope you're well, pal. I need to try. So it's first time channel's been live, so I need to try and work out how to bang this link into the comments for Andy to come on in a minute. Just bear with me.
What's happening, Cors? Hope you're well.
Let's have a look. Post a comment. I bet it's easier to do this on laptop, isn't it, than phone?
You just copy the link into the comment section. There you go. Now the boys can join.
Happy days. Yes, how are we, people? Yes, Jimmy Newman.
What's
Hope you're well,
Jimmy?
bro. Passat man, it was going to go, do you know what? I had it all set up, John Paul. I had it all set up for 7 o'clock, mate. 95 minutes into the game, I thought I was going to have to take it on the fucking chin here. Get on with John Paul. Take it. I thought, it's not, it's not looking good. Hey, big up Conan. It's coming home. Do you know what? How many wake-up calls do they need? Like, seriously, how many wake-up calls do England need? Absolutely crazy.
How many years are you saying that sentence is coming home?
Bro, do you know what? I stopped saying it a long time ago, to be fair, John Paul. I stopped saying it, mate. I've been through it enough times. Do you know what I mean? Like, what'll be will be, but it's just England on paper have as good a players literally as anybody else in Europe for a squad of players, as good as anyone. We've not got a manager to match, and that's just facts. So
for years you've been
8 years. I mean, 8 years.
Had a good team.
8 years, mate. But like I said last week, went back to like when you'd got Beckham, and it was Rooney's first tournament in Portugal, and you know, you go back to there, Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard, you know, some fantastic players, and they never performed, did they? They never came up with the goods. And I see the England squad now for the first time in 20 years, how that was then. So they've got to be directed in the right way. I mean, you imagine that team of players with Guardiola or Klopp or, you know, some of the best managers in Europe about now, they'd be a force, like, but yeah. Anyway, so it was good. It was 2-1 nightmare.
If your auntie had a pair of nuts, she'd be your uncle.
Bro, honestly. So I don't. But it was one of them. One day, it was just like, you didn't watch it, did you? You didn't watch. Liam will have been watching it.
I have no interest in watching English football.
Yes, Jimmy Newman.
I'm only having a wind up, James.
No, it's all good, bro. So it was, yeah. I still go through it. But I'm not
more than Liverpool is England.
I'm not one of them. It's coming home clappers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get put through it like any other England supporter, but yes, Passat.
That's a true comment. To see that, that's a true story.
But Jimmy Newman above knows even less, Passat man. Trust me. Jimmy Newman knows less. Now, big up, Jimmy. It's good to see you, bro. So yeah, hopefully, I think Liam's going to get on. I think Liam's coming on. I think we're going to have Paul and Andy come on from No Nonsense Lads as well. They're going to come on, jump on, have a chat. Bobby, evening, buddy. Hope you're well, pal.
What's happening, Bobby?
Yeah, so we'll just have a bit of a chat and a catch up. I am out of the YouTube loop as far as Friday onwards goes. So sort of Friday onwards, I'm a bit in the dark, I'm afraid, this weekend. But
all right, exposing fighters. I like his lives. They're very funny. Right?
He's getting good numbers, isn't he? And it's real proper, like good interaction. People having a crack, just you know. But yeah,
the boys do be drinking. Do you know, on the weekend there has a drinking open panel, and it's madness. And my dirty little pleasure is getting involved in the madness on one of those panels. You know what I mean? Where you have Andy Jazz, you have Pat Tate was on last night. Fake Pat Tate. He said one of the Essex boys, but he wasn't. He just sounded like him. It was good crack. Good crack. Mank Dank in the chat. He was on the panel.
Mank Dank, big up, mate. Yes.
Beezy's live last night was funny. There was madness all on the lives over the weekend, James.
I've missed it. It was Decker Live today. Did I see it flash up? A YouTube notification, Shadow and Decker Live. Did I see that? Press that, man.
Did Decker and that other Yorko have a live, did they?
This is little chip, mate. This is like my favourite bit at this house where I am here. Is my favourite bit, Passati. Yeah, it's just like little. I'll give you a little spin, so you can see. It's like a little. I don't know what you call it, gazebo or whatever. Goes out across the back. But this time of night, when it's sunny anyway, if it's sunny, you get all the sun coming down this way, you see. So it's a nice spot. But hey, big up, Cuddo. Good to see you, mate.
What's Cuddo?
Hope you're well, pal.
Supposed to be fighting, aren't they?
Shadow Live agreed to fight it. All right, okay, Nightmare. So Decker and Shadow is back on. Fucking hell. Wow.
Battle of the Bacon. Sorry, no, I had to say it.
Battle of the Bacons 2.0. Wow.
Oh,
big up. Oh, well, we'll see if that one gets over the line then, John Paul, or not. Mate. We'll see whether that one happens or not. Yeah, never happened, did it? So it was going to happen last year. They were going to fight in Thailand. When was it? Sort of end of summer last year, September, October time, I think.
I remember they were supposed to have some sort of...
But never happened. So it'll be interesting to see whether this actually happens or whether it's just going to be another complete back and forth bollocks, basically. Just
JP, you and me got clipped. What did we get clipped for, Coles? What?
Guess.
Fuck that. I couldn't give a fuck about that. That's all right, Coles. Fuck it.
It's all good anyway, isn't it? It's all good. Do you know what? I don't know, but to me, it seems over YouTube this last couple of weeks that people are sort of, the tide's turning a little bit. Like, I hope that Craig gets back to knocking out the content that he wants to do and the people enjoy watching. And I hope that everyone just does their own thing. Do you know what I mean? Just people just get on, do your own thing, enjoy it for what it is, and that's it, you know. But yeah, I did say got a touch as well. Yeah, that's it, Nightmare. I mean, let's be honest as well. If you're gonna talk about it properly, if you've got the likes of Decker going up against Shadow Boxer, if Shadow Boxer, it wouldn't last 2 minutes. You know,
if it does happen, Decker's going to smash him up, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
If it does happen. If it does happen.
Yeah, definitely. But on touch on that point as well, how's your own situation there, JP? Also, is it simmered down, bro? You're back to sort of, because I watched your live, mate.
I'm back training and back doing my thing. And
happy day. I saw your live with the Irish MMA fighter, James, was it as well?
James, 100%. James is doing well for himself.
It was good live, mate. Yeah.
He's off. He have a few things. He had to pass in his army test, and he had the Camino, that big walk in Europe in a couple of weeks' time, and he's doing a few bits.
And his MMA background, he said as well, but he fancies trying his hand at bare knuckle at some point. He said, didn't he? Yeah.
He's looking to have a go at it, yeah. And he's MMA, Muay Thai, boxing. He's after having about 10 fights. He had 2 draws and 8 wins, no losses. So
it's impressive, mate. That's impressive.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. No, that's impressive. I
So
know Dan Riley. It is madness, mate. It is madness. It's always going to be madness, isn't it? Around, you know. To be fair, it's always going to be madness. But let them get on with it. Let them get on with it. I want to touch as well. When was it? Thursday. Thursday, Paddy's live with Craig. I've got to say, fair play to Craig for turning up first and foremost. And I
yeah.
thought Craig, given the circumstances and everything else, did everything that he could. Really, to be fair, so props to him for that. But no, I think hopefully, mate, everything just sort of simmers. Do you know what I mean? All the nonsense and whatever else, people get on with it. We all, you know, we know where we're at, but you can't force it down people's throats. Everyone's got their opinions and fucking morals and whatever else. So, is what it is. Yeah. I don't know.
Cores, where did we get clipped? I'm going to watch that later. I want to see who clipped us. What's the name of the channel that clipped us? That was around the time I was going to have a knock with your man.
Nightmare John Paul, good against
That's
Justice
good.
Jimmy.
If he wasn't, I would, yeah, not if he wasn't connected to the Shadow Sausage, yeah, we would, yeah, but as far as he's connected to him there, I don't want that to do with him because I'll end up in prison over him, so we'll just move on from that. You know what I mean?
Mate, at the end of the day, John Paul, you've come fucking so far on your own journey yourself, mate. Do you know what I mean? To let
and not having a sausage like that trigger me, James.
some
You know what I
absolute
mean?
fucking whopper like impact upon your life and where you've put yourself and the man you are today and the family you've got around you and everything else. Do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
Not worth it, brother.
No, because I just disengaged with that sausage. Now I made me point, I stressed me point. That's it. No, everyone knows what he is. The tide is turned on him. YouTube is turned on him properly. So leave what be will be. You know what I mean?
Dan Riley, I don't know, mate. Maybe from podcasts, might have been. I used to do lives last year with Craig and Scotch Egg and JDP sometimes. So you've probably seen me on there. But yeah, we're doing our thing. We've got the Sunday squad. We how it all started basically. We said we're going to do the Sunday squad. So it was me, John Paul, Liam, and Jimmy. And we did the first one. Big up Panascouse who clipped it. But the first one, Jimmy destroyed his channel, so he deleted his channel. So the first one we ever did, there's only Scouse's clip of it, and then sort of Jimmy had his fallout with Craig, and then Jimmy was, you know, up for let's get it back up and running again. Big up Ralph, hope you and your family are well, bro. And so we got it going again. And I think, to be fair to Jimmy, it was just like, it was one of them where it's all good fun and it's nice for us all to keep in touch, but it can get a bit mental, can't it, YouTube at times, to be fair?
It's been an emotional roller coaster the last few months, James.
Mate, fucking, I've had a year of it. Evening, Sharon, hope you're well.
Jimmy Newman in the chat. He has the most channels ever created on YouTube, and took him down again. You know what I mean?
That's it. I've watched what Jimmy. What did he have? He had his original channel that went.
Then he had the Jimmy the Foot one. He had Jimmy Foot or something. The Jimmy the Foot account that went, and then he had the other one. He got 1,000 subs on that went. Jimmy Newman is after having 3 or 4 accounts in the last 6 months.
He had what else as well? Oh no, it was Scottish channel, wasn't it? Scottish channel.
I remember Scottish channel got hacked or something, didn't it? Yeah.
Hacked. Fucking hell.
It's been mad, and then you had all that stuff going on with like the Sheriff and JDP and Video Craig, and you had all that happening.
Mate, it's crazy. And there's so many people getting pulled into it left, right, and centre. Like, and really, you don't want pulling into it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, at the end of the day, I don't want to you don't want to say, you know, I'm team that or I'm team that or I'm going on their side, I'm going on their side. I'm on nobody's side but my fucking own and my family's and my little boy, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, YouTube's
Just
fucking
sit back and
irrelevant
watch
at the
the
end of the
show,
day.
James.
YouTube's irrelevant, bro, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It is. It is what it is.
Just sit back and watch it unfold. That's all
But
you
have
can
a
do.
crack
Like.
about, you can have a laugh, can't you? It's like there was a couple of times on Paddy's Live the other night where I had to comment because I couldn't help myself. Do you know what I mean? I just couldn't help it. I think there was one point in the live where it said something like, well, what do I call him? He said, well, he's not that. Oh, he's a serious sexual offender. And all that come into my head, because I sent it to the group anyway, was the fucking clip from Phoenix Nights, and you can't help it sometimes,
He
can you?
stood
But
his
it is what
ground.
it is. Like,
He stood his ground, Craig. Your man tried to force him to say something, and he didn't force him to say it. He didn't. He said, "Oh well, what is he? He's a serious sexual offender." So, fair play to Craig. He didn't fold that in that aspect, like.
mate, but how many times over the last year, 18 months, do you see on YouTube, I'm going to be coming round your door tomorrow, I'm going to be doorstepping you tomorrow, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be doing the rest of it. And they don't turn up anyway. And at least Craig had the fucking bollocks to get himself down there and turn up and do it. And he took it on the chin. And that, in my opinion, you've got to give him respect for, And
took accountability for what he said and
that's it. We talk about it a lot, don't we? We talk about it a lot, and people just taking accountability and being responsible, and that's it. And fair play to him, he's done it. So, but yeah. So other than that, what else has gone off this last week? I'm trying to think what else has been. I just feel out of touch, mate. Having the lad this weekend, I've not seen anything. But
I think I can't think now. It'll come back to me now when I'm not fucking on.
But so you was on with Exposing Fighters the other night, then, were you?
Yeah, I was on it last week sometime. Yeah, no, I jumped on the other night for a few minutes with Narrative Destroyer and all them were on his good crash.
Craig's a good guy, man. Yeah. I've done a couple of lives with Narrative. He's a good guy. I like him. Yeah, I like him.
He's funny. I like his bit of. He has that kind of banter, like that good banter. You know what I mean?
He's strongly opinionated, but he's got wit to him as well, and he's smart. Yeah, he's smart. I like Craig.
And there was another guy come on, Northern Irish fella. It's called the General GC or something, or the General GC or something.
I've seen him before in round comments and that. Yeah.
He was on the panel as well. The boys were having a good bit. I was getting a laugh off of the boys on the panel. They were having a good crack, like, you know what I mean.
Conan, I haven't been for years, mate. I used to, do you know, one of the first jobs I ever got when my mates had paper rounds, I was a trapper. So I worked at a gun club trapping clays. Yeah. But yeah, I do, yeah, that's true. But no, to be fair, I quite like clay pigeon shooting, but I've not done it in a while.
Yeah, I never participated in clay pigeon shooting now, to be honest. I never participated. But
it's good. It is it, yeah. It's all right. It's good. It's good. Good day out. Good day out. But yeah, we won't go into what you was up to when I was clay pigeon shooting, JP.
I know, but what I'm saying is, how are you anyway? How are you keeping?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, mate. How's it been for you, mate, this weekend? Has it been spot on?
I'm just training, James. Training all the time. Training flat out. Eating. I'm on lifting heavy weights. I'm on 20 kilo dumbbells. Not a problem. Heavy weights. Loads and loads of jogging. Loads of running. Loads of eating all around me.
Happy days, mate.
I'm not going to go skinny again. I was drained. I don't like being feeling drained. You know
I went down. So in 2018, I was 14.10, and that was too heavy for me. Like it was too heavy for me, and I went down. 10 weeks ago, I was 11 stone 2, and I've never been that weight in over 20 years. You know.
How you feeling?
Um, Mate, that was it. I just got to a point, like I say, I got to a point where I was like, something needs to change. You know, something's got to give, something's got to change, and you know yourself, like I said to you, you know, these pharmaceuticals that I was on was so fucking heavy. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've been on them for like 7 years. And it was that heavy. And for 18 months, I was just on a slow decline, you know, and quality of life decline, being able to get out less and less, having the energy less and less, you know, and whatever else. And I thought, I've got to do something, you know, something's got to change. So I took it in my own hands, weaned myself off all the pharmaceuticals, was back at the GP. So I went to the GP's last week, said to the GP, look, this is the situation. I've lost cardiology, have been shite. I was lucky enough to have private medical care. So when after the car accident, when everything sort of come on top, I had private care through work. So I had that, was well looked after. Everything was done, albeit in the space of 6 months, I wound up with like 7 medical diagnoses, 3 heart conditions, 4 chronic pain, and it went from there. As soon as I had to give up work and move back to Hull, I then became an outpatient of cardiology, outpatient of rheumatology, outpatient of pain management, but then you're under the NHS, basically.
Yeah.
What a shit show for the last, 4 or 5 years. Just not good, you know? And so you get to the point where you sort of take it in your own hands a bit. And it was a bit silly in some ways, because at the end of the day, you're taking yourself off that level of meds that I was on, which was heavy stuff, you know, patches and everything. But you think, well, there's got to fucking be more to this. I've got to do more. At the end of the day, I'm like, you know, I'm 45 and 46 in a couple of weeks. I've got a 7-year-old son. It's no good, you know. Like,
You've done the right thing, James. Probably
yeah,
extreme. You went the extreme way about it, but you done the right thing, like. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's gonna be there, mate. But yeah, day by day, I'm getting stronger. You know, I've always been strong mentally. So mentally, I've always been strong, but you know, it's about getting that strength back physically now as well, and not having all the knock-on side effects of copious amounts of fucking pharmaceuticals and stuff as well. But yeah, it's worked for me. It might not work for everyone. You know, it's still very, very fucking early days for me. You know, I've only been off the pharmaceutical, 8-9 weeks. Went back to the GPs. He's put me back on the heart medications that I was on. Because they said it's the right thing to do, but literally nothing as far as, you know,
But the
anything
heart
else goes. Or
medications don't. They're the ones that keep on, James. They're the ones
I've
that
got,
keep you.
yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
That's the sensible thing, mate. I've got
Yeah.
I've got left ventricle heart failure. I've got a condition called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and I've got another one which is called coronary artery spasm, and it's basically the veins around your heart contract, but it can only happen maybe like once, twice a year, if that, maybe once every 2 years even. But it can be a problem, like if it happens. So yeah, back on the heart meds, mate. But that's it. Everything else now, and just keep it natural. So the GP, I said to him, I've been self-medicating, smoking cannabis. He said, if that's working for you and it's got you where you are now, don't stop doing it. And that was the GP's words. So the thing's gone in now for the medical records. They've said that takes up to 4 weeks to come. I'm pre-authorised for a private cannabis, whatever it is, you know, to get that on the go. And that's the way forward for me, mate. That's the way
That's. I was
forward.
just about to say it. You read me. I was just going to say, would you not get a? I know in the UK you can get it prescribed. So
Yeah,
you're going about that. You know what I mean?
they've gone through like all my diagnosis, you know, medical conditions and stuff, and they've said like, yeah, absolute prime candidate, because I think the NHS only roll it out, I think, for cancer remission and MS, multiple sclerosis. And that's it for now. So it's got to be done privately. But it's worth doing, because even if you do it privately now, as soon as they open it up to, which I think it has to be the way. I mean, you look around the world now and the countries that are using cannabis for medicinal properties, and they're not, they're not going backwards, are they? They're doing well with it. So, and that is the reality of it as well. The NHS in England has been shite for me, in particular. I think the NHS is great for an emergency. If you've broken your arm, if you've got an operation, you've got anything like that needs doing, it's fantastic. But for people with like chronic conditions that need regular support, care, assistance, whatever, reviews, forget it, and that's been my reality anyway. But I did Nightmare, I did before, mate, but it didn't do that much for me, to be honest. It was like, it just wasn't potent enough for me, the CBD oil. But yeah, to be fair, all being said, you know how shite I've been as well, mate, recently, John Paul. But all being said, I don't think technically I'm in like terrible nick. The last cardiac MRI I had showed that the heart failure had improved, so the percentage rate had gone up. But again, like the cardiologist said to you, well, you're still a young guy, your heart's a muscle, and it can improve, So yeah, the actual cannabis is as good as relief, Nightmare, as I was sort of getting, to be fair, from amitriptyline, gabapentin, Butrans patches, morphine, fucking, I can't even think, to be honest, top of my head, but there was a long list of quite heavy medications, tramadol, all sorts, and it was just killing me. Like, I was just becoming like a fucking living zombie, is how I felt, and then it gets on top of you. Physically, the worse you get, mentally it starts getting to you. So I had to do something, and did, and so far, fingers crossed, it's working all right, But everyone, like you say, Nightmare, it doesn't work for everyone, mate. Everyone's different, aren't they? All our bodies work different and interact different with meds and stuff like that as well. But I think I was worried, as someone in my mid-40s, I had the accident late 30s, that I was like, just this fucking prescription fucking junkie zombie almost, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how it felt.
And medications are all opioid and synthioid opioid based, so you'd be very quick at catching like that, James.
They just go up as well, mate, don't they? So it's like, I took myself off morphine tablets before. I was on the morphine tablets as well, and I got off them because I just didn't want it just to keep adding up and up and up in the dosage as time went on. So I got off them, but even so, like, some of the fucking drugs were crazy. Like amitriptyline, I would like heavy dosage at 1,800 milligram of gabapentin every day. 3 bar 600. Like the amitriptyline, I think I was 150 amitriptyline at night. 8 tramadol a day. Like, just Butrans patches, 24/7 Butrans patches on as well, continuously pumping into you. So, but it dulled the pain. But then you've got to think about all of the different medications and the side effects and the impact of that, and that on your well-being's not good, So it's the right thing for me, mate. It's the start of the rest of the journey, JP.
But you're doing the right thing. The only medication you need there is the heart medication, James. The rest you can have the smoke or whatever it may be for the rest. You know what I mean?
And to be fair to the GP, he did say to us as well, he said, look, I recommend you go back onto them. It's up to you. Do you want to go back on them? And I said, yeah, I do, because it's, You have to, don't you, really? It's stupid not to. Like, it's one thing coming off the meds the way that I did, but I've also got a responsibility to be around and be the best that I can for my boy and all the rest of it.
For the young lad, and if you're not
Exactly.
taking them heart medication, you can be got like that. It can go wrong, James.
You get one of them fucking coronary artery spasms, it can lead to cardiac arrest. Can just lead to cardiac arrest anyway. So I need to make sure that, like, with the tachycardia, so with POTS as well, every time I jump up or every time I'm moving about, I'm active, my heart rate jumps 80 to 90 beats a minute each time, just standing or anything. So one of the biggest things with that is it can cause you to, like, spin out. So one of the most common symptoms with POTS is people passing out, basically. Now, with me, I tend to be able to catch it. I can control it. I can see it coming. And you just have to stop yourself. But a lot as well, there's a lot that goes down to, like, breathing and, overcoming as well. But cares anytime, I talk to you anytime, cares in terms of it. But it's really difficult. I mean, my chronic stuff, it was chronic pain syndrome, ME, hypermobility, and fibromyalgia. So they're the 4 chronic pain conditions. But yeah, breathing. And I went years ago now to Guy's and St Thomas in London at the hospital there, and he sent me on a 3-week residential program down there. And one of the best things that came out of that, mad as it was Tai Chi. And Tai Chi nightmare with breathing did me wonders at that point when I was in a real bad place, just to get moving and stretching and get your breathing right and everything else. But that was some experience, JP, being down there for 3 weeks, mate. Because you've got guys coming back from the army and things as well who've been serving, and there was one guy who I got quite close to, and he'd lost his leg, and he literally, I mean, he's talking about some tough bastard as well. Do you know what I mean? Some proper tough bloke, and he literally had tears down his face because he was in that much pain. He felt like he'd got a broken ankle. He didn't even have an ankle anymore. It's like
called phantom. It's called
phantom pain. Yeah,
phantom
limb disorder or something, I think. Yeah. But so many people, like, around that, what are the same? Like, it's crazy, mate. It is crazy to know different people's, stories and journeys and whatnot. But yeah, it's good, bro. So it's good. So we're on a journey. We're all on our own journeys anyway, aren't we?
100%.
It's the start of the rest of my journey now. So got to do what's right. 3 weeks Tuesday. Going away, mate. 2 weeks. Can't wait. It's been so long.
Are you getting the lasers done? Are you getting the teeth done?
Mate, I want to. I won't be able to afford it this go, but I want to at some point. Yeah, I've said at some point definitely I'm going to get across there and get the teeth sorted. 100%.
I could do it myself. I wouldn't mind it myself now, to be honest with you.
It's just it's what works for who, isn't it? Really, it's one of them things that it's always been a thing of mine. I've always pretty much smoked all my life. I've always, do you know what I mean? So you get to the wrong side of 40s now, to be fair, and you think, actually, do you know what? Why not get them sorted and whatever else,
I'm making a prediction, James. In 4 to 5 years' time, everyone is going to have the Hollywood smile on YouTube. It's going to be JDP, Danny Christie, James Bare-Knuckle, me, Jimmy. The whole lot of us are going to have the Hollywood smile in the next 5 years.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Do you know, Kez? There's some decent ones, to be fair. There is some good ones. I was looking to it, like, quite a while ago, do you know, some of the ones over there, because you've got to be careful as well. Do you know what I mean? It's all good going out there and getting dentistry a fraction of the cost in England, but you want to get you want to make sure that it's right. But I need 2 implants and then the rest veneers. So that's the plan. But I just can't afford it yet, mate. That's all.
No, it's it cost the bones about 4 or 5 grand anyway, don't it?
Yeah, I think last time they quoted me, I think they were pretty much at some of the decent ones. I think Dentacare was one that I was speaking to, and I think got it down to about 3,600, 3,700. And that was with a week's all your travel, your transfers, a week accommodation while you're there in this like villa as well. So yeah, it's worth doing.
Yeah, 100%. There's a couple of my family members after doing it. Well, there's about 6 of them after doing it. There's about 6 of my family members they went to Turkey, and they got all the. One of them got the gastric band, or 2 of them got the gastric band as well. You know the thing for the. I know they can only eat like small
Yeah,
things to
yeah.
this day. Like they lost weight very quick. I didn't. It's not healthy. Like you know what I mean.
No,
So,
fair play though, fair play. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? Conan, do you know what? I'd honestly, I'd be more than happy to do something. Hopefully, me and Jake will do something at some point. I'd like to get down and see Jimmy. I'd like to get across and see JP as well. You know, we were talking about it before, and Liam was saying as well. So if there's something that can be sorted and done, absolutely, why not? Do you know what I mean? It's easy enough nowadays to get a cheap Ryanair flight across, and do you know what I mean? It's not a big deal, is it?
100%.
I've got a passport now. Got another full 10-year passport on the go, so start enjoying it. But
you can fly over here for about 60 quid, James.
exactly, yeah, exactly, mate. It's nothing, is it? But I think for me now, gonna get Turkey out of the way. I've got 2 weeks in Marmaris coming up. Take the boy, have a cracking 2 weeks with him, and then see out the rest of the holidays with him. So I'll have another couple of weeks, and then I'm going to have 3 to 4 weeks for me. Like but the boy's back with his mum for the rest of the summer holidays, and then James is going to go off and do my thing as well. But
Conan said you can hire his caravan. Look.
yes, Conan. Where's your caravan, Conan?
Tremor.
Oh, is he? He's crossing Ireland, Conan. Okay, fair play.
I think
I
his
never knew. I
caravan is
didn't know Conan.
located
I
in
didn't know
Tremor.
Conan was across an island.
He's holiday away from home. You know what I mean?
Gracie's on your shoulder, cares. Bless her. I hope she's all right, mate. I know Gracie's not been too well recent, so I hope she's well, cares. And I love Turkey. Yeah, I've been to Marmaris lots of times. I love it.
Conan,
Yeah.
I'd nearly get a go your caravan for the summer there for the family. I'll rent that off you for a couple of days. If you want to rent it out, get in touch. I'll rent it for about 3 days over the summer there if you want.
It's good nightmare. You're abroad as well, mate. Are you? I don't think you're England, are you? I think you're abroad. I've seen you say before. But there's a few, isn't there? I know. I don't blame people either. You know, I know people now who have rented the homes in the UK and go and live out abroad, and it almost pays for it. You know, especially if you've got a property down south where you're getting big money for your rent as well. But
Conan lives in it. It's his home. All right. Sorry about that.
nice nightmare. I bet it's absolutely fantastic, mate, at the minute as well. Fantastic.
100%. And what's the story? What are you going to get up to over in Turkey, James? Going to enjoy the sun, go out and get a few bits.
Yeah, I know a few people there as well, but it's been going for a long time. So I know a couple of the guys who've got shops in Marmaris, and go catch up with them and see them, which is always good. And just enjoy it, mate. Just go with the thought, like I say, I'm at the low. Well, I'm not because I've put a couple of pound back on, but I was at the lowest weight that I've been in. So I'm going to go out there with the mindset of hitting that all-inclusive breakfast, lunch, dinner. Do you know what I mean? For 2 weeks constant and just soak up the sun, play with the lads. Do you know what I mean? Get him. He's been swimming as well, so I want to see how he's done because I've not had a proper holiday with him in 2 years. So, and just enjoy it, mate. You know, just enjoy the time with the boy and make the most of it. But I'll still be keeping my eye on YouTube. I can't not, can I? And to be fair, mate, I think it's 2 hours ahead in Turkey.
So it's a couple hours or something like that, yeah.
So I think if you're gonna go live next Sunday, oh no, sorry, when I'm there, not next Sunday, I'm still here. But when I'm there, I'll jump on because usually most of the hotels and that they've got Wi-Fi in the lobby and whatever. So I'll give you a little walk around.
Give us a little a look at the all exclusive.
The all inclusive, yeah. So show you the fucking the dad bods developing and.
but there's you get all the clothes over there are cheap out. You get loads of good clothes over there for half nothing.
Yeah, you get what you pay for in Turkey, in Marmaris especially. Like you can go and you can buy, I don't know, 4 Hugo Boss t-shirts for a tenner, but they're the same sort of t-shirts that you get off the market here for tenner a piece or whatever. But then you can go and there's certain places. There's 2 or 3 shops in Marmaris that you go in and you'll pay 50 quid, say, for a Gucci top, but the t-shirt will be absolutely bang on. Or it's like anything, you can pay 15 quid for a fake Rolex, or you can go in and you can pay 250 quid for a gold-plated Rolex that's absolutely on weight, on point, and whatever else. So it's like you just get what you pay for it. But
you see everything. Them now, fake Rolexes, boy, they're rotten looking.
Some of them are shocking, mate. But I swear to God, JP, as well, some of the ones that you get are first class. But if ever you go to like Turkey, where they've got, you walk in and it's like wall to wall of Rolexes and Breitling and fucking everything, right? And it's all wall to wall. That's all the junk. All the decent stuff they've got are in the little cabinets underneath that they pull out for you. But if they can sell you the junk for 20 quid a piece or 40 quid if you're Russian, then they're happy. Do you know what I mean? So, but
it's all about that. They're making a few quid, James. The Turks love a bit of money, like. They love a bit of money.
The good crack though, mate, as well. Do you know what? Like, I've been to Egypt. I've been to Tunisia. I went to Sousse in Tunisia. Completely different vibe to Turkey. So, like, you've got the same thing where you have street vendors, you have people wanting to get you inside, sell you something. But there's so much more pushy in, like, Egypt and Tunisia. In Turkey, they'll still try, but you just say to them, nah, come on, mate. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, yeah, no problem, mate. And that's it. So, they know, but... Yeah, that's unreal. Nightmare. Saying novelty wears off. 38 degrees. Daytime temp. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Some life though, Nightmare. Fair play to you, bro, to be out there and living that life, man. There's a lot of people who would love to do it as well. So you're doing it. Fair play to you, mate.
Fair play to you, brother. Yeah, happy days. Living the life.
I don't know where Paul and Andy are. They got the link, said they were coming on, but I don't know unless they ended up watching the football and having a couple of brews. They might have
having a couple of drinks and getting stuck in.
Well, it's an awkward one as well, mate, because this channel's never been live. Do you know what I mean? It's never been known for it. It's never done it. But doing what we're doing on a Sunday, we want to keep it going, and hopefully as well, Liam's gonna get involved and jump in. But we've all got families as well.
Did he say he's going to jump on? Did he?
I think he said so, mate. He's going to try and jump on for a bit, but we've it's all right for me. My lad went home at 5 o'clock today, but for the last, couple of days, I've been nowhere really, So I do appreciate that. Like we've all got our own commitments and that.
100%, 100%. But this time of evening, I'll be 100%. I'm free this time of evening anyway, James. So I'll always be able to pop on 95% of the time anyway.
It works for me. SH, big up, mate. It works for me, mate. In terms of, like I say, if the lad's here, he goes at 5 o'clock. Or if it's not my weekend, it's good anyway. So, but no. So are you going to do some more of the podcast then, JP, and do that as well, mate? And
yeah. But I'm going to be honest with you now, James. I'm going to just be going. I'm back sparring and all now, and I'm back proper sparring again from Tuesday onwards again. So I'm going to be like heavy enough sparring from Tuesday onwards. So I'm going to try get in on something. I'm going to try get a fight on something that doesn't consist of fucking sausages. You know what I mean? That's the best way of putting it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that's
It'll happen, mate. It'll happen, guaranteed.
Kickboxing, there's an option there for MMA with gloves or boxing with MMA gloves. There's a couple of things up. I just want to get what's good, cause what's right for me. I'm not going to rush into things and suck. Like I sucked a load of weight off me that time. I got my nose broke. I was finding it hard to get sparring, and when I got sparring, it was with a 21 stone, fucking super heavyweight monster of a thing. I got my nose broke. It wasn't meant to be. I'll put it to you that way. I lost all that weight. I was drained on energy. I got my nose broke and heavy sparring. I was a shell of myself going into that anyway, James. You get me?
Yeah.
So I'm just concentrating on now maintaining, building myself, nice sparring for weeks and weeks and weeks beforehand. Anything, so I'll be nice and sharp, and I'm not just gonna. Oh, I'll take this 3 weeks time, train. No energy, no life. Getting me nose broke. I wasn't coherent in anything because I was at the drain and that much weight out of myself. I was foggy minded and everything. You know what I mean?
How much weight did you drop, JP?
2 stone.
Right, a lot of weight then, mate.
I went down to 15 stone 7 from 17.5 stone nearly.
Fucking hell.
In the space of about 4 weeks. So I felt all that like, you know what I mean? I wasn't feeling, I'm feeling strong now again. I'm feeling proper again. Like,
yeah.
I'm eating properly, exercising properly, and I didn't do it all straight away. I done it in a nice due course. Took me time, you know what I mean?
Do you keep everything natural, mate, as well? In terms of training?
I'm just using creatine and protein, James. That's it. Creatine. I'm eating loads of like red meats, chickens, eggs. I'm
high
creatine.
protein.
I'm on 10 grams of creatine a day for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to cut it down to 5. I'm loading at the minute. You know what I mean? I was 17.5 stone, and I just dropped all that weight. I sucked all the energy on myself. I didn't feel right, James. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
But you're feeling more balanced now, yeah?
Oh, I'm back again. I'm back 100%. I'm back to myself. But when I
Good.
was in sparring, the friend of mine, 20, I was hitting him, and there wasn't even like the power wanting me punches anymore or nothing. I was at the sucking that much weight off me. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Nah, and then he got me straight down. He cracked my nose there, but it's grand again now. Anyway, we're back to normal again. But
where do you feel most comfortable, mate? What weight do you feel most comfortable at?
16.5, 16 3/4 stone. That's I'm 16 3/4 stone now, and it's not fat like, you know what I mean. And I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling sharp. I'm feeling fit again. I'm feeling proper fit like so.
Fair play to you, mate. Well, I always say like with most and like most of the fighters and stuff that I've spoken to in the past, I say finding your own natural way is probably the best thing that you can do, and then go from there, you know. But I think there's a lot built around fighters where they want to build up all the time and build up, but they can do it too much and they lose so much as well from their own, their own talent bank, if you like, in terms of agility and speed, engine, and everything else. You tend to lose it, don't you? The power goes up, but then you're losing more as well. You look at like Danny Christie dropping from light heavyweight to middleweight, and to be fair, he looked quite comfortable to me. He looked comfortable at that weight.
Yeah.
I think for Paul, Paul Venice was dropping heavyweight to cruiserweight and just cut short. But I think for him in the long run as well, he wants to drop to cruiser. But it's going to be interesting, mate. I tell you what, BKFC next BKFC event, you've got Conor Tierney fighting for the welterweight title, which is great. That BKFC UK are adding another belt, but I can't wait for that as well. I don't know if you've seen Conor Tierney fight before, but
I know Conor Tierney. He's a good boxer.
So comfortable in the ring, mate, isn't he? He's unbelievable. Like his leg work and footwork.
He's very good bounce. He's a bounce in his step. He's very good in and out. That kind of Soviet style boxing. It's that in out, in out, in out. He's bouncing in and out all the time. He's good.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a cracking fight. But yeah, so there's lots going on, mate. Lots coming up. I'm just looking forward to the summer, me now. England have fucking scraped through yet again. Time to wake up, England. You're not going to get no more chances.
No. You're going to find there's going to be harder games where it's going to be harder games.
They've got lucky, really. I mean, I think they play Switzerland, don't they, next? And Switzerland beat Italy 2-0 and knocked Italy out. But that said, on paper, we should still beat Switzerland, But we're not going to beat them if we keep playing the way that they're playing. That's the problem. So it's now or never. But yeah, Conan never skips a leg day. KFC every Sunday. Get up there.
Never skip leg day, boys.
A nightmare. Yeah, I agree. Nightmare. Much better for cruiserweight too. I think much better. I think just going into that weight class as well within the BKFC in the UK and in America is a better move for Paul than staying heavyweight 100%.
He's looking a lot more fuller though in himself. I've seen a couple of things he put up. He's looking a lot more like full again, like.
He's a fucking big guy, mate. He's a big bloke, Paul. Like, he is a big guy. But I think if he can get down to cruiserweight comfortably and be there comfortably, then it's going to be much better for his own career in bare knuckle, if you like, under BKFC.
Yeah. But he had a good. I seen. Yeah, I was surprised how good of a left hook he had, James. To be honest with you, your man have a very good left hook.
Unbelievable.
That's what separated him and your man in that fight was the use of that left hook. You know what I mean?
And it was like as soon as Tabakov put Paul down, that was it. It was a different. Something switched, and
he was in a fight. He knew he was in a fight.
Then it was on, Then it was proper, and you see that as well at all levels. BKFC been like the highest level, if you like, up there with BYB, BKB, and you see it as well on lower levels as well in the game, in the fight game. So I think, to be fair, he took that and he thought, yeah, fucking hell, here we go. It's in the same, mate. It's in the same with the Polish guy, Lucas Pikarski, took one in the back of the head in his last fight. And it wasn't really seen. And then he got up and was completely...
different. He was in a different
then it was a different fight, Passatman, Hull City. So...
Who do you support in the football, James? Liverpool, I suppose.
Liverpool. So yeah, I'm But to be fair, when I was like 16, I did used to go to quite a bit. I was going to Liverpool away more than anything back then, but I was going to Boothbury Park as well, which was Hull City's old stadium before they built the KC Stadium. Um, when Hull were proper shit. I mean, like League Two, you'd got the equivalent of like what was it called back then, like the Milk Cup or something, like the lower league cup, and there'd be 300 people in the stadium, and back in the days when it was like Terry Dolan manager, you'd got Dean Windass first time round playing for Hull before he came back again. Yeah, just different level of football completely. So Hull were never in that never in Liverpool have always been my team since I was like 8-9 years old, and it was like, right, you pick a football team. That's how it was. I didn't even know Hull City existed at that point, to be fair. And it was Liverpool, and it's always been. That's my love, that's my heart, and I love Liverpool anyway. It's like a second home. I'm a mad Beatles fan. I love the Beatles, so I get to Liverpool for International Beatles Week when I can. And get across for that. Football, obviously. And yeah, but the last time I was at Anfield was Real Madrid, where we got beat 4-0. So that was some time ago now as well. So I've not been in a while. So but it's getting harder and harder to get tickets. It used to be a lot easier. We had a few of us that would share a loyalty pass. So there were 4 loyalty passes being shared between 8 people. So every other home game, we were guaranteed to go, And plus, I lived in Ellesmere Port when I was about 30-40 minutes away as well.
Lovely.
It was a lot easier. But I've probably
What
been to
colour's
more away
Liverpool, Jim?
games.
The
I've
city
been
of Liverpool is blue, isn't it?
well, Liverpool, mate, it's split. Our families in Liverpool that are split. Fucking the dining room's blue and the living room's red. You know what I mean? Honestly, families
Are you
split.
Evertonian Liverpool or are you Liverpool?
Yes, Passat man. Get up the Jamaican boys, Ian Goodison, Theo Whitmore. Exactly, and that's then, mate, as well. That you're not talking long after that sort of time. You'd got fucking hell, like Linton Brown, Dean Windass, Chris Lee, who else? Jimmy Graham, Rob Dewhurst. All that type of Liverpool, Hull City players back then. And I worked at a place nearby here called Grange Park Hotel, just outside Hull. And I was chefing there. And I used to do all the pre-match meals. So all the Hull City players would go to the hotel and they'd get the pre-match meal and then they'd go do the home games. And so we got like passes. We got players bar passes and passes to the games and drinks passes and all that as well. So it was quite good. You could go to the football, enjoy it because it was part of your work as well, really. But make the most of it. But well. Hope you're good. Yeah, Conan. I love Liverpool, mate. Love it. Yeah, it's a special place to me, Liverpool. But
Liverpool be balling. Conan, I'm sorry no, but
it's funny, because when we started this live up again, and there was, I think Jimmy Newman put the WhatsApp group, and then added Jimmy Newman, Liam, John Paul, myself, and John Paul, Liam, and Jimmy Newman are all Man U supporters. So it's me as a Liverpool supporter. So yeah, there was plenty of banter, but I don't know. I think Jimmy had struggled to name more than 6 players in the United squad at the minute. To be fair, in the last sort of 10 years, he's all about Ferguson, Jimmy Newman. He's all Fergie this and Fergie that.
Never do it, Jim.
Fergie this and Fergie that.
Fergie's the best man to ever stand into a fucking pair of manager boots.
But no, so, on a serious note, now, right? Even if England went on and won the Euros, Southgate still has to go at the end of these Euros. Doesn't matter if England win them or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, he has to go because there's just no connects there at all. Nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing, to be fair.
That's the English manager, is it?
Yeah, we got away with it tonight, but we've been shite all tournament, to be fair. Pause the TV. I tell you what, what was it? There was 6 minutes of time added on, and Bellingham scored the overhead kick in the 95th minute. I mean,
blessed.
Fucking lucky, mate. But like, really, Southgate should have made some changes prior to that, in my opinion. But
yeah,
we will see. Bring on Switzerland. We'll see. What'll be will be. There'll be no tears here. Do you know what I mean? I don't get like that over football. It is what it is. There's always another tournament, another game coming.
There's always another one around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. I remember, it's funny, the last time that Ireland, that I can remember, that Ireland did really well was back in 1994. And the American World Cup USA, and you'd got Jack Charlton as the manager. And it was that. You got like Steve Staunton, Cascarino, Roy
I
Houghton.
was only 2 years of age, James.
Paul McGrath. Do you know what I mean? Like, so what's that for 94? It's 30 years ago, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Fuck. I was only 2 years. I was only 2 years of age at the time. I won't remember that one.
But that was mad, right? Because as well, like, I know that I was, but England, as such, were supported Ireland at that point as well. Do you know what I mean? I know there's all this, like, Ireland, England, Wales, Scotland, and everything else, and we've all got our loves for our own countries, and rightly so. But when it come down to it, at the end of the day, you always have to root a bit for the underdog, don't you? To be fair.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I like when we play in rugby because 95% of the time we beat you in rugby, so that's good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that, man.
We don't do too well in the football, but I like when we play rugby against you. You know what I mean?
Evening, Absimus Maximus. Evening, fella. Aldon, hope you're well, buddy.
You up there, boys? You up there, boys?
I seen Al as well. Who's the guy? This Jay? Is it Jay Walker? The lad in Tenerife that Liam's been.
Yeah.
Liam's been
gone stuck into that, isn't he?
I seen Aldon do a video as well. On that, which I found interesting, but yeah, it'd be dodgy circumstances, I'd say, to be fair.
There's some video out there of him getting stabbed in the leg or something, isn't there?
Seen that, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. But mate, I don't know what the outcome's going to be of that one, to be honest with you.
You don't go to these countries run by Morocco. You don't go to these countries that have Moroccan gangsters in them and think you're a bad man, James. That's the lesson you learn there. You know what I mean?
It's just, yeah, they don't fuck about, do they? They just come out with a machete and it's done with.
Moroccans are just they're what you call they're the next best thing to a third world country. I'll put it to that way. The Moroccans, like, you know what I mean?
It's not a country I've been to. Like, I've never been to Morocco, but it's never.
They come in off the boats on around the Spanish countries and the Spanish islands and all. You get me?
Yeah.
They set up like their little gangs and their little hashish gangs and their little drug gangs on the coasts and all. You get me? And if you fuck
and then
with
are they bringing in like tourists to sell to tourists? Then is that what they're doing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all like it's networking. Like, it's what every kind of person. It's like networking. Let it be drugs or business or anything. You need a network, a supply network, and you need a distribution network. And who better than the tourists? Bring them over on a holiday, fill them full of drugs. There you go. There's a few quid for you. if you fuck up, you're getting took away, you're getting chopped up. That's what happens, like, you know what I mean?
It's madness, isn't it? It is madness, to be fair. But yeah, hopefully, who knows? But like, I just feel bad for his family. You can see like how upset his family are, you know. But play fucking silly games, win silly prizes.
Exactly. If you go to Moroccan gangsters to sell drugs from and you don't sell their drugs from, expect the Moroccan gangster to be a Moroccan gangster, James. You know what I mean?
100%, mate. Yeah, 100%.
They're not playing games. They're not there to look like a gangster. You know what I mean?
Mate, they're there doing the thing, and they're what they're about, aren't they? There's no, yeah, exactly.
And this fella just thought it was some paper fella from London or wherever he's from. It wasn't. It was a different story. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I don't. Yeah, exactly, Aldon. That's it, isn't it?
His mother is lousy on his family. The families are the ones that suffer. Like, but
Yeah, always is, though, isn't it? It's always the case. I think, like, always the case.
yeah.
But
There's high risk, high reward for these kind of things, and that was a high risk, high reward, or it's a high risk. You know what I mean?
it's yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. You get people that are willing to risk so much, like, but when it comes down to it, you know what? At best, if it goes wrong, at best you're gonna face a lengthy prison sentence. At worst, you'll never be seen again. So,
And at worst, you're gone away, you're took away, and you're probably buried under something there and never found again. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It
Yeah,
happened to
exactly.
a couple of people. It happened to a couple of people from here going back about 15, 20 years ago, James. Right? There was two fellas. I won't name them ourselves, but they were rough, tough fellas. They were selling a good bit of stuff back here in Ireland, right? They went over to Alicante. They thrown their weight around, and they found them 10 years later buried under apartment block buildings. They went missing. They didn't find them for 10 years. And when they found them 10 years later, they were found under apartment blocks after being thrown into cement. They built apartments on top of them. You know what I mean?
It's mate. It's happens though, doesn't it? Happens like Kudo, big up, man. Hey, that's great, Kudo. He's got his boxing bag set up.
Swing, swing. Fair play to you, Cutter. That's the job, brother. You up there with that. Keep busy.
Happy days. Well, mate, JP, I do not think, mate, that we're going to see Liam, Paul, and Andy tonight.
No.
We'll see about next week and see if not. We've got the case of Jimmy Newman. That's...
It's all the one. I can get a couple of people to jump on with us next week, James. To be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. We'll get people on.
For
We'll
next
get them.
Sunday, bring on James. No, James that was on last night.
Yeah, he seems a canny lad. Anyway, mate, isn't it? Seems a nice guy.
So if all worst case scenario would be me, you, James, and Kudo or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, happy days, mate. Well, it's good, isn't it? It's good to have a catch up as well because I know we chat and send the odd messages here and there on WhatsApp and that we might speak on the phone, but it's good to get on and have a chat and
100%. But I'm going to set it up for next week anyway. Whoever's on is on, but I'll have a few people. Me, you, two of the boys, whoever they may be, we'll sort it out. You know what I mean?
If anyone does want to jump on, just get in touch with JP, get in touch with myself, and let us know. And anyone's welcome at the end of the day. It's just about jumping on. Nightmare. I sent JDP the link earlier, and said to him, if you've got chance, jump on. I think it probably didn't help as well the fact that we were all set for 7 o'clock. I know Paul, no nonsense, had texted earlier, and he was all set, and then obviously went to extra time, so put it back again. So I don't think that's helped. If we can stick to 7 o'clock on a Sunday, we will. But obviously, if 7 o'clock in England are about to kick off in extra time, it's pointless. But
oh no, all the boys will be stuck watching, huh?
Liam as well. So big up. I know Liam would have been here tonight, but I think He's had something
family.
on. I think he's been looking after the kids. Yeah, so.
Family
But
came
big
in.
up.
Family, the real life came in the way, James.
That's the way it should be, isn't it, mate? It's the way it should be, bro. But no,
100%
I'm
Kudo.
happy.
Jump on next time, brother.
Yeah, 100%, man. Jump on, Kudo. It's been a long time, mate, since we've had a chat anyway, so it'd be good to catch up.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. And
No, it'd be good. But it's a nice little test of this anyway. Like I say, it's the first time I've took it live. So the channel's nearly a
100%,
year
yeah.
old. And we'll get on, but just good to get on and chat to you, bro, anyway. Do you know what I mean? And
100%, because I like the old chats, man. You have to go down chats, James.
oh, damn right. I just need to catch up on YouTube malarkey because I'm so out of touch since like Friday lunchtime. That
Well, I'm after learning anyway that this Battle of the Bacons is on anyway. I never knew that was
I have to
happening
watch
this
that.
year.
If there's been a live and they've sorted the fact, I'm going to have to go back and watch it, obviously, and see what's going on there. If that's becoming a thing again,
Who's the
fucking hell, it
biggest
wouldn't
beast?
surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all, to be fair. But
I reckon Heggy Beast bust this Flaherty Beast wide open anyway. I'm telling you.
it's a complete mismatch, isn't it? I mean, I've said it before. I said it again. Kudo would have took Shadow's jaw for a spin anyway. So if he thinks he's going to get in there with Decker Heggie, unless they're up to something themselves, do you know what I mean? Then it's only going to go one way. But yeah, it'll be amusing anyway. But it's perfect for the pair of them, to be honest. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Who wants anything to do with any of them? The two of
Makes
them only
sense,
have
doesn't it?
nothing to do with each other. You know what I mean?
It makes sense, and it's a fucking win-win for the people. Because at the end of the day, because you're going to see the pair of them take lumps out of each other, so we're all winners.
Rocky?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember Rocky, the big Russian? If he
Yeah,
dies, he dies.
Ivan Drago. Yes, mate. But no, hey JP, shall we wrap up, bro? We've been an hour 15. It's always a pleasure, mate. As always, that's it, mate. Absolutely,
Stay on, brother. James, I'll catch you next week, brother. Give us a message in the group chat.
Big up, mate. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Speak to you soon.
You, brother. Have a good one. Chat.
Take care, mate.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yes, everyone. Appreciate that. Those of you that's jumped in, thanks very much. Cares, big love, massive appreciation for you doing the whole mod thing. Not really had your work cut out with 10 people in the live, like, but to be fair. But I appreciate it anyway. So we'll wrap up here, people. We will be back next Sunday, 7 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have Liam with us as well. Just more of the same, just a good catch up. But fair play to you, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Big up, people.